It's Friday, March 13, and time for your Barbados Today evening news update. Government has put a hold on a national budget. Word of this today from Prime Minister Mia Mottley as she met with media managers at government headquarters. Mottley said the delay is to facilitate the crafting of what she called a clear survival package to ensure the country can withstand the impact of COVID-19. The Prime Minister, who noted the economy will be affected by the virus, however, made it clear that the country is in a far stronger position to cope compared to 2 years ago. Mottley said she was meeting with key stakeholders to develop a comprehensive package. There is no need for panic buying, so assures the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which is adamant that there are adequate supplies of food and essential items to meet the needs of all Barbadians in the event of the impact of COVID-19. The BCCI said it was very concerned about recent reports of panic buying in light of the heightened alert surrounding COVID-19, which it said can result in unnecessary food and supply shortages, particularly for the more economically vulnerable in our society. The Chamber called for unified and responsible action by all Barbadians and appealed to members of the public to remain calm in their preparations for the virus. The People's Party for Democracy and Development wants government to clarify plans for Cropover and Wig Gathering celebrations amid the coronavirus threat, pointing out that all health advisories strongly advocate social distancing as a means of curtailing the spread of the virus. The PDP's spokesperson on culture, Alan Springer, told a press conference government needs to make a decision on these major events.
We are calling on government to advise the nation on their planning for this year's Cropover 2020. It should be noted that the main push of Cropover occurring in the June and July months, now is the time when many Barbadians around the world will be looking to make their flight bookings and finalizing vacation accommodations. They will be in desperate need to hear of our plans for Cropover this year before making arrangements. But we have heard nothing from government on this issue. We wish to make very clear that we are not in any way trying to persuade a decision either way, but we are forcefully calling on government to be transparent about plans for Cropover at this early stage so that others can do their planning also.
The PDP also wants to know government's plans for Wig Gathering activities.
Having already completed 2 months of this intended 12-month festival of gathering, with the absence of any up-to-date data having been released, we want to know, in the light of this virus, is Wig Gathering still to continue? The very name gathering would appear to be a major prohibition in the fight against coronavirus.
When contacted, Culture Minister John King told Barbados Today any decision on this year's Cropover will be based on the guidance of health experts. Vice-Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, explains the situation at the Mona campus. He says the Jamaica-based campus is not closed, only teaching has been suspended in light of COVID-19. Sir Hilary made the situation clear today amid widespread speculation about the status of classes here at the Caville campus.
At Mona, when we had good reasons to believe that we had gone to code red, whereby the virus was now internal to the community in terms of its reproduction, not just external, internal, but now internal. And we felt that we had reasons to believe that the university community was now an integral part of that movement of the virus. And we took a decision not to close the campus. There's a difference. We've not closed the campus. We have suspended teaching. And that's a fundamental distinction because the business operations of the university will go on. And also, we are using this interim period to upgrade and retrain and train many of our academic teachers for online delivery. So in this interim, our academic staff will be going through crash courses in online teaching skills, so that at the end of this specified period, which is class suspension for 1 month, at the end of that period, we will make a decision now whether we will begin to continue the resumption of classes on an online format. I hope you see the fundamental distinction between suspending classes while the institution still runs and while people are going to the campus for online training.
Sir Hilary says officials are taking a closer look at the situation in Trinidad.
In the case of Trinidad, our colleagues are there at the moment, working through the details because of the situation in Port of Spain, where the campus is actually meeting with the Ministries of Health and Ministry of Education, so that a recommendation can go forward in terms of how do we handle that situation. And of course, we are looking to deal with this comprehensively. And in the case of Barbados, yes, you're right, we have not had confirmation, and there is no reason for us to act alone. We always act in consultation with the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education, so that when, God forbid, that time comes, hopefully it does not happen, then it would not be a careful decision. It will be a careful decision working in conjunction with the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education. We look at all the options, we look at the possibilities, and we do what is right for the country.
A 37-year-old St. Michael man is nursing a gunshot wound to the stomach following an incident this afternoon. Assistant Superintendent of Police Victor Ford says investigations are ongoing into the shooting incident, which occurred at Kensington New Road, St. Michael.
12:15 today, Robert Seeley, 37 years, of this address, was shot whilst at home by an unknown assailant. He's gone off to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. We're carrying out investigations, and those investigations are continuing at this speed.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Roots Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume reveler, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
To news from the region, more CARICOM countries report cases of the dreaded COVID-19 coronavirus. St. Lucia and Suriname announced imported cases today. Health authorities in Castries reported that their case was that of a 63-year-old woman who arrived in the country from the United Kingdom on March 7 and had presented herself to the hospital 4 days later. Over in Suriname, officials said their positive case is a person who traveled from the Netherlands on Wednesday. Grenada, Jamaica, St. Vincent, Antigua, Trinidad, and Guyana all reported cases of the virus this week. In the case of Georgetown, a 52-year-old woman died at hospital less than a week after arriving from the United States. And finally, U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday declared a national emergency over the quickly spreading coronavirus, opening the door to more federal aid to combat the disease.
To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency. Two very big words. The action I am taking will open up access to up to $50 billion of very important and a large amount of money for states and territories and localities in our shared fight against this disease. In furtherance of the order, I'm urging every state to set up emergency operation centers effective immediately.
That's news. But for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.